Next one is Clip Path. And this allows us to apply basically a shape to anything we want. Okay. Now in this example here, I have 3 different examples here. We have a button. Okay. So this is a button. This is applying a shape to an actual button on the page. This is an image, obviously, and this is just some text, right? Which is kind of interesting. Maybe some word art, right? So it's kind of like the way of having art on your page without needing an image, right? So shapes are kind of the cool thing, nowadays, right? So this is kind of a fun thing to do. So Clip Path. So Clip Path allows us to, let's go ahead and open up the swatches for that. Okay, so here I have 3 clip paths. Okay, here's a triangle, this is a diamond, and this is a shape called a chevron. That's a shape called a chevron. Okay, and it's really simple. You just give it a class just like any other swatch, and then we have all these predefined shapes, right? So there's a bunch of predefined shapes that we can use. Okay, or you can also use a custom element, where you can actually do a custom, something that's called a polygon path. So this is definitely kind of an advanced option, right? Or you can find things online to create these shapes, okay? Or you can also do an SVG path, okay? So you can actually put in an SVG that has a clip path inside of it. This is definitely a little more advanced because if you notice, you actually have to have an ID, and then your SVG has to have that ID. So the path that contains your shape needs to have an ID, and then you need to tell the stack what the ID is. So these 2 options are definitely on the advanced side, but they're there, right? So but let's go ahead and set this back to, I think this was left chevron. There we go. Okay, so but we have a lot of shapes that we can apply to various things. And so that's really, this is the simplest thing ever, right? So you just give it a class, you pick what shape you want, and then on here you just go ahead and put the class in there. Now in this particular one, on a button, if you notice here, I added a PT64 class. Hopefully you can see that. I added PT64 to this button because of the triangle. I wanted it taller, so I added a large top padding. Just for fun, if I delete that, if we just apply just the clip triangle to our button, you'll kind of see what it is. There it is, right? So I mean, it makes the button a triangle, but I didn't care for the look on that. The button element, the button text is kind of a little high, right? So just by adding I think it was PT64 I had in there. We'll put that back. We can see that, yeah, there we go. It just looks a little bit nicer, right? So I added some padding so that it kind of brought the words down a little bit. That's pretty cool. The next up, I have a picture stack. Now, this picture is a square image, okay? So when I apply the diamond, it will look exactly like a diamond. Had this picture been something different, let's say if I were to drag and drop an image in there, okay, it's going to look a lot different. The diamond is essentially going to be stretched out, right? So just some notes on there that, it's not going to, the clip path itself just kind of applies that to the general dimensions of the thing, right? So it looked exactly like a diamond when my image was a square, but because this is a landscape image, that diamond now gets elongated along with the image as well. So that's just how clip paths work. Okay. And then same thing here, we have a text area, and then I applied that chevron, and it clips. Again, you don't want to clip text if it's text that you want to make sure the user reads it all, because it will clip the text. So some of that content will not be readable. And again, it's just another way of adding lightweight artwork to your page. This essentially, you can have some sort of nice element on your page that looks like an image, but it's actually just text in a clip path. So it's super performant, going to be faster than loading an image onto the page.